Hello there, Medicynth here, and today I'm doing a craft video, and I'm inviting you to join me on my new UV resin journey. We are going to be doing a box opening of the Let's Resin 153 piece UV resin starter kit. And because I'm extra, I also purchased these amazing Chameleon chrome powders. These are also from Let's Resin, so we'll do some of that as well. Alright, first of all, let's just get into the kit. It comes with a lot of gloves. Wow, that's a lot of gloves. Some pipettes, some mixing cups, and the whole reason I got this was for this mold. I really liked the philodendron leaves, so kind of excited about that. This is a little bit smaller than I was expecting. I guess it's for earrings. It looks like earring size, but I'm actually think I'm going to use this for keychains. I don't really like doing earrings. We got, speaking of keychains, keychain brackets and things, findings, necklace findings. Actually, I might do some necklaces. I love necklaces. This is the resin tape for when you do your bevels, which are these. So they have these open bevels and then the closed ones that have a back on them. So that's actually really cool. There's a lot in there. That's for your necklaces. And then for the earrings, some of the earring findings, some tweezers to pick up the fine little pieces like these little dried flowers. Well, these are fabric flowers. They're like, you know, fabric little flowers and leaves. Tweezers, glitters, lots of glitters. Those are really pretty. I might use those in some of my potion makings too. Flakes. Ooh, that's not good. Some of these are spilling out. You see that? That's okay. So this is also good for picking up some of those flakes and putting it in there. Some stickers, space stickers. I'm not really a gold fan, but we'll play with these as I, you know, experiment. I did see some tutorials. Oh, I guess you could turn it around and use the back. It's not really silver. Yeah, it's silver. Okay, you know what? Hey, check that out. So it's gold on one side and like a silver. Yeah, that's metallic. It's silver on the back. Oh, well, that changes everything. I love it. I'm totally going to use that. The actual resin, thankfully it is, nothing's leaking. That's good. This was shipped to me. It looks like it's good and sealed. The whole reason I got the kit, not gonna lie, is the resin, the UV light. So it's got like a cute little UV light. Let's actually go ahead and open that up because I want to see how big it is. Ooh, tiny. So this thing is tiny. So really cute. It's, yeah, see, you'd have to turn it this way. You have to turn it on the side. You can't even put this whole thing under here. You can't even fit the whole, well, maybe, no, I think you'd have to do, like, see, look, I think you have to put it this way. I don't think it'll fit this way. Well, that's good to know. Well, take good care of this because I actually care about this. And a user manual. For UV resin. Oh, there's two manuals. I don't know what the difference is. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I actually used to do wings like that, but I used only like a cellophane. And then of course they've got advertisements. Wear gloves. Okay, so it says in the cautions to make sure you wear gloves. Don't use any of the finished products for food. That's good to know. Avoid sunlight. That's why it's actually dusk right now. The sun is setting. Transparent or translucent mold. I did know that because the UV resin, the UV light needs to get through the whole mold to cure it. Okay. Oh, and here's our mica powder directions, which is good because I got those. And some troubleshooting, how to do bubbles. I knew about that. Okay. Well, that's the opening it up with me. Thanks. That's it. Thanks. Ta-ta for now. So let's check out these mica powders. Chameleon powder. Oh dear. Okay, so this one is Galaxy. Okay, great. They're sealed. Really good. Great. Good. Phew. Okay, that explains why it's not like totally everywhere. This one, I can see the powder on here. What's this one called? Violet. Oh no, this one. I think this one might be open a little bit. No? No, it's closed. Okay. And this one is gold. So it actually is like a yellow and green. Plum. So this one's like, how would I say it? Like a wine? Like a raspberry to strawberry with hints of, it's kind of a warm color, but I can't explain because it looks like it's even got pinkish gold, but it's like not silver, but kind of blue. It's got a lot happening. This one's got a lot happening. Obviously, like violet would be good for mermaids. I don't know. So that's the kit I got. I'm kind of excited. Let's see, which ones are we going to do? Galaxy is probably. I know violet is going to be my favorite because I have a mild obsession with all things blue chrome. You should see my nail polish collection. All right. So exciting. That's pretty great. This I bought separately because it was on sale. That's the box opening, and I will come back when I actually put something together and try to make something. Okay, welcome back. So I wanted to show you some of the other supplies that I'm gonna also be working with. I got this craft mold on sale. It's a little mermaid tail. I also got this mold it's like an ornament. So we could probably put things, it shows it as like a flower or a rose in there. But that might be fun at Christmas time to try to do some snow globes or something, some of the shaker art. And then I also got this massive set of mica powders, 24 piece, bunch of different colors. I already opened. I opened because my child and I were working on potions together, so we made this. And we got the mica powder, that's what's at the bottom of this. Oh, let me hold this. You can see like a cool dragon potion. See the mica in there. So that's what I got that for, but I'm going to be making those. Also, I'm going to be using a silicone mat. This is my nail polish mat. You can see I've got tons of nail polish on it, like literally still on it here. Lots of nail polish all over it, so I've got to clean that off. And then the other thing that I have is a respirator, like a mask. I've read a lot of things, and since you follow me, if you already are subscribed, then you understand that ball jointed dolls, the BJDs that we own are resin. And part of one of the safety for doing anything with resin, especially before it's been cured, is to wear a mask. So I actually have had this for a very long time. Never used it, or only used it a few times. It's like practically brand new. But I use this for my BJDs when I spray the Mr. Super Clear. Like when I spray my matte coats on my dolls for body blushings and stuff, because I don't want to be breathing that in. And also, which I haven't done, but if you ever did any sanding, because of the particles that come in the air when you're sanding resin. And this is important. I'm going to wear this, and you'll see I'll wear some gloves, and I'll be wearing this mask, so any talking will be done over voiceover later after the video's been recorded, for protection. Even the UV resin is non-toxic once it's cured. However, it does release fumes before it's cured, and the directions say to wear gloves because some people may have skin irritants. It may cause irritation to your skin. I have eczema already, so I'm not even going to take that risk. I will be wearing gloves when using resin, and I will also be wearing the mask and when it's not cured, just to have extra, protection. Why not? I'm going to start our first project. I'm going to be doing these larger circles here and these 2 leaves. I'm thinking of doing like a keychain out of them. They're pretty small. Like, see how small they are? I think they're supposed to be earrings, but I'm really not a fan of earrings. I'm just not a fan of making earrings. I do think, like, you can tell these designs, and since there's 2 of everything, I think these are supposed to be mostly for earrings. I guess you could do necklaces. These are great for necklaces. I have necklaces in this shape myself that I've purchased over the years. So I will be doing these eventually for necklaces. But I think I'm going to do keychains. I might do a necklace out of it. I don't know.
Future Cynthia with the voiceover. The first thing I'm doing here is putting a little UV resin on my silicone mat. And now I'm adding a little bit of black mica powder to mix that all together, and we are speeding up this whole process because this is a very slow thing. I took my time on doing this. Now I'm adding it to the mold, and you can't really see because I didn't do a very good job of finding a good spot for the camera, but I am making little black dots in the mold. These are our ladybug dots. I've decided to do my first test as a ladybug, and the mica powder I'm using came from Michael's, and it is for resin. However, the one thing I do want to say, and I knew this going into this project because I already had seen videos for it, but you really have to be careful about how much mica powder you put in the resin, because the resin needs to have the light get through it. And if there's too much mica powder and it's too dense and the color is too full, the UV rays aren't going to penetrate through all of the resin to harden it and cure it. And then you're going to have sticky resin. You're going to have sticky results. As you can see, I've mixed up the red. I've already hardened the black dots first so that they don't slip around in the mold. They are solid. And now I'm adding red mica powder resin. And you see I put my tool in there. That's really cool about the silicone stuff is that if you put the resin on it, and as you can see the back, aren't these cute? They're already looking like ladybugs. When you put the resin on silicone, all you have to do for cleanup is throw it under the UV lamp and peel it off once it's cured. So I definitely recommend using resin tools for all of your stuff. I added more of the red, and then I actually mixed it inside the molds because I realized it was very dense and not enough light was getting through. And then now I added some clear resin to kind of dome it and like give that finished touch. And I'm carefully like spreading it around and trying to get all the bubbles out. And this is, I believe this is my final cure time. And here it is. I'm testing to see if it's hard. flip it over and put it back in the light on both sides so that the UV rays get through the whole thing.
Let's go with these little ones so they just pop right out of there. Well, that's cute. It does feel a bit sticky, so I think I'm actually going to leave this here. It's a little sticky, so I'm going to actually throw it under here for a little bit longer. We're gonna go for, what is this, 90 seconds. All right, so the first one came out, and it's very cute. It's a little bit like not centered there, that's my fault. But it's definitely, I don't know if you can see that edge? Pull this back some. There's like an edge to this. It's not an even, there we go. So it's cute. I guess what you would do now is like a dome on top so that it's flat. I don't know. So it comes right out of the mold. No problems coming out of the mold. There are some bubbles. This one's better. How cute is that? It didn't really have the effect I was looking for. So here's a bigger one. Wow, the lighting in here is terrible. This is what happens. But you see that? You can really see how it's like all this, like the edge. So it's really cute. But this whole side. So this is the ones where I only did the mica on the bottom and then clear the rest of it. It looks really strange. Got it? There you go. How cute is that? They're little ladybugs. So I think what I would do differently is I would treat the inside as the bottom and then the top as the actual top instead of the reverse. I did the reverse. I treated this flat side as the top, which is straight, but now it's missing. It doesn't quite have the 3D effect I was looking for the ladybugs. It's kind of more, it doesn't quite, I mean, it doesn't really say ladybug to me. I mean, I know that's what it is, and my plan is to make the leaves here. So you get a green leaf, and this is like, so you got a green leaf and a ladybug like hanging out together. I think that would make it really obvious, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not a fan of that, like clear all the way through. So I learned some stuff. I think I put too much mica powder for one, so I don't think it went all the way through. I mean, it's solid and it's not sticky, but it was a little sticky the first time I pulled it out. And I feel like since this mold, look, that's just so deep. That's so deep. So this mold is very deep. So I had bubbles in these. To be fair, for the first go, not too bad. Okay, not too bad. I've definitely learned a lot from it. I think what I would do next time is maybe do like a one layer of red, just to have that solid layer as the bottom, and then build it up to the top would be the 3D effect. I think I would do the black on the top of this, and then I can dome it, because I did it on the bottom and that doesn't look right. Also, it's not even. This mold is like really deep. That's really deep. And it doesn't get a nice even surface on the top. So I think that's something I'll have to play with. So a couple things. First impressions, enjoyable. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I definitely think silicone for sure, because you can just throw it under the lamp and it gets hard, and then you can just peel it off and throw it away. So that was good. That's what I did on my mat. I think less mica powder. I think that's a big one. I need more of these. I need more mixing containers. Like, I need more of these. Or I need like molds that I can use as mixes that I can just pop stuff out. That would be fun too. Like, just mix a color in like a small thing and then use that. Baby wipes. I think I should keep some baby wipes nearby or alcohol pads, something for cleanup. So like this got really dirty from the mica powder. And I think if I had some baby wipes or alcohol wipes to wipe it between powders, that would be better. So these are great though, because these are silicone stir sticks or whatever that came with it. I thought they were pipettes, but no, they're actually like sticks that you can use to get stuff in here. This has to get cleaned. I can use tape to clean that. That's not a problem. So baby wipes for cleaning, alcohol wipes for cleaning, silicone everything so you can just heat it up and peel it off and toss it. I'm not a fan of the mask. It was too hot. Also, I was doing this standing up so I could film it from behind the camera. That's not going to work going forward. We need to be sitting down because I think that's why I missed a lot of details when I was doing this, because I was too far away from it. So I need to find a smaller mask. Need to get more silicone mixing things because that's great. And other than that, I'm excited. I think this has a lot of potential. There's definitely a lot of learning. I'm going to try the ladybugs again, but doing it with what I learned from this experience. And yeah, I'm very excited to try again. So thanks for joining me. And if I do another one, if I do the ladybugs again, I'll show finished products of it like correct. Bye. All right, and we're back. And these are the finished products. So here is everything I made last night. First time doing it. So I wanted to show you my leaves. So I think these look really cool. This is I guess technically it's supposed to be the back. So it was the top of the mold. And then this is the part that's face down in the mold. So how I got this kind of matte effect is that I brushed the mica powder directly into the mold and then put the resin over it. So, and then I used a like green mica powder to do the inside resin. So there's one layer of a nice green mica powder mixed into the resin and then clear on top of that. And that's how you get the top part here. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I know this is supposed to be the top, but I don't like that. I'm not a big fan. See the difference? Like this is super glossy and it's very like there's a lot going on with the movement from the mica powder, and this is very flat. Now I know that I can dome this to make it glossy, or put a fine gloss, like a fine layer of resin and then cure it, and that would make it glossy again. I'm not against that, but I don't know. It won't be smooth like it is. So it's very strange. I don't know. I'm still playing with these molds. I'm not really 100% sure. So with that in mind, similar technique here. This is the ones we made, the first ones we made, where we did the black insides. This is the front of it, which really, I think that does look really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. But at the back is just such a mess. So those are that. And then this is doing the opposite. So this one, I painted the mica I used a paintbrush and put the mica powder, which is red, all in the mold and then added the resin. But as you can see right up here, there were air pockets. There were places where the resin did not reach all the way into the mold, and then those air pockets came up and caused bubbles. See the bubbles in there? So that's what happened here. This one also had some bubbles. This one filled in a bit more, but you can see there was a ear pocket right there. So I don't know how I feel about them. Like, personally, I like this side. Like, I like this side. This was the top side. I feel like this would be the front, but technically this is, in the molds, this is supposed to be the front. But like the ladybugs look really good as that is the front. But they're, like, you can't, it's just not flat. I hate this not flat thing, which I guess I'll have to sand it down. I'll have to sand it flat, and maybe then it would look good. But, these look the best versus these. And I think painting it into the mold is not the way to go. I definitely think going forward, if I do it again, what I'm going to try next time is to do a very thin layer of resin in the mold first, which is what the instructions say to do. I was following the guidance of people online who show you, like, taking a brush and painting the, I keep saying paint, but what you're doing is you're just brushing it, like dry brushing, into the mold. So that's what I did, and I don't like the results. Whereas this was mixed mica powder, and I did the black first and then the red, and that looks, honestly, that looks amazing. I just need to dome it. If I just dome this side and make that glossy, I think it would be very competitive, it would compete really well with this. And I don't know, this is not very impressive. I mean, it's not. So what I'll do next, I think, is I'll try to put a fine layer of resin on top of these. I'll sand the back so that it's more flat, although these are okay, these aren't too bad. Put a fine layer to dome it, and I think using this as the base might be the way to go. So I'll check back in once I do that. Welcome back. I wanted to show you some of my finished pieces that I've been working on with the resin kit. I definitely have learned a lot more. So this is the stickers. Remember the stickers we were talking about? Look how cool that is. And this shimmering in the background, that is the chrome mica powders. Let's see if you can get that chrome. Whoa. Let's see if you can see that shift. See how it's changing, like blue, there's like a color shift in there. Very spacey. And then these are the little flakies that were in there. So we added some glitter, some flakies, some mica powders, and the sticker. So this was actually like the first one I did with the sticker and the flat cabochon that came with the Let's Resin kit. So it's super cute, really good for a necklace. Here is another one that I did. Now this one's got a little bit more of the flakies in it, but you can see the glitter a bit more. See how the chrome powders are shifting? The chrome powders I used in this was Galaxy and Violet. And actually, you see that little star in there? Can you see the star in there? That's that's nail polish. That is a nail polish stamp. Do you see the sun and the moon and the little stars? So we did layers upon layers. So we did a layer, we added the mica powder, and then I did another layer and added the nail stamp, and then another layer, glitter, and the little iridescent shimmers. Do you see that glitter in there? This really turned out really good. I'm thinking of putting this on my Etsy shop for like $20 or something. But as you can see, I really had a lot of fun with this whole idea of the galaxy theme, because the mica powders are just so good with that galaxy. This is an open bezel. So this came in the kit. This is totally open, and all of that is resin. Look at how cool that is. That's actually nail polish with a resin layer over it to keep it perfect. And you can see again that sticker. And you see like just the shifting colors in there. That is that beautiful Chameleon mica powder with a nice painted black background. And you just see it, like, it's very 3D. Like, it's got a really cool 3D effect. Ooh. That nice doming effect. It's just really neat. I'm really happy with this. With the molds that came in the kit. So this looks super good. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Look at how cool this is. That's like black paint glitter in that iridescent flakies. And then that's the stickers. So I turned the stickers upside down, which was a little challenging because this silver part was actually sticky. See, this is how they're supposed to go. They're supposed to be gold, but I'm not a fan of gold. But look, you can really see the mica powder in this one. Look at that chrome, just the iridescent chrome, and how it's like, let's show the shift. Let me try to get it a little bit more in the light. Let's see if we can show you the color shift. All right, yeah. So here it is. It's very purple. That's the violet. And in the middle is the, look, it's shifting to like a green. How cool is that? It's just really cool. Actually, I think the middle section, I think this is violet and this might be the galaxy. Because one of them actually turned out more purple. Look how it turns like a greenish blue. So beautiful. It's absolutely ridiculously stunning outside in the sunlight. And unfortunately my camera doesn't always capture the light because it just, you know, your naked eye just captures things more than sometimes the camera lens just doesn't quite. But you can see how beautiful that color shift is. And this is the mold. So it's really fun, really cool. I put a layer of clear first, and then you add your glitter and your stickers. This is the flat side. So that's the other thing. Remember how I wasn't sure about the flat side? Well, this is the flat side. The more you practice it, the better you get. There's some bubbles and stuff in this. But like even this looks super cool. Like look at that. That is just black nail polish, glitter, and those flakies. And it's just so neat. And then I've got some triple moon goddess. Oh, here you can see the so you can really see the chameleon powder in this one. So you can see like the really good chameleon powder. That is the background behind the moon. That's the chameleon powder. That like greenish blue and that purple. You're looking at violet and I think it's galaxy. But look at how it shifts. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that is. That flash in there. Like it turned out so good. I'm obsessed with the mica powder, that chameleon mica powder. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's just stunning. Now I bought these cabochons, these larger flat bevels at Michael's, and this moon was made with a mold. So we're getting better with the molds. Here is another. You can really see that mica powder again. Just really get that beautiful. So as you can see, the outside is purple and the inside's got that bluish green. So it's like really changes color depending on the background. So this has a really nice dark background. But look how pretty that is. It's got so much glitter, so much sparkle. It's just really good. And if you're interested, I will probably do a video on how I made these. I don't have any more of these flat circle cabochon bevel things. I don't have any more of these, but I can do one for sure on the open bevel. It's just look at that. Look at when the sun hits it. Ugh, so beautiful. So yeah, so interesting to see. This was like my very first one. Not super impressive, but look at look where we've come. Like, that's a huge improvement, right? Oh, pretty cool. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I actually absolutely adore this, and I'm working on some boba themed ones. I made a bunch of little bobas out of polymer clay I'm gonna use and mix in. There's so much you can do with this. I did say I was gonna show you the mermaid tail, so here is what came out of the mermaid mold. How cool is that? I went with space themed because I was really trying to get the chameleon powders and just experimenting with because it came with those star stickers, the space stickers, so I just was experimenting with that. The molds are interesting though because you have to work backwards, so you have to think in reverse. So I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, super cool. I'm very happy. I have so many cool ideas and things, and I will do some how-to videos in the future with some of these. Let me know like which ones you'd want to see done, if you want the how-to video or you just want to see my step-by-step process of how I make these. I'm going to be moving on. I will be doing more of the moon theme. Moons are like one of my favorite things. My name actually means moon personified and moon goddess, so I'm very drawn to moon. And if you don't know already, I'm also a big Sailor Moon fan, and yeah, so moon theme is going to definitely be. Plus my logo, if you've never seen it, is right here. Is a crescent moon with a butterfly on it. So I'm gonna actually make that in resin, and like I'm excited to try. Maybe I can do a video of how to on making this moon with the resin. I've got this here. As you can see, what happens when you start doing UV resin, little did I know that this would become my new obsession. And it is like just starting to take over my life. But thankfully I've got this nice back room here, a nice area for it. So you will be seeing more videos with these, my UV resin. I've got my toaster oven, that's my craft oven. I use it for all of my polymer clay stuff. Maybe we'll do like a whole, like craft room review too, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But I just wanted to give you an update on the resin. I have not tried to make another set of these. I did say I was going to do that. I did not do that, but I wanted you to see how these turned out because they're just absolutely gorgeous and I'm obsessed. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye!